Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Because we're doing well, because we're having a wonderful day on this 19th, 20th, May 2025 today. I'm doing a bad video that I would prefer not doing. But again, I promise you guys to be completely, whatchamacallit? Um, promise you guys to be completely transparent, completely honest, and 100% myself. The hairs are a mess, but hey, we got what it takes. We got what it takes, right? So yesterday, morning we did a couple of episodes saying I was doing better. I had a couple of days I was doing better. Yesterday we have another episode of depression. It was a pretty bad episode. It was a pretty bad amount of time. Now, when I'm making this video, I always feel the need to do a trigger warning. First of all, to do a disclaimer. This is not me victimizing myself. This is me observing what's going on. So as you guys know, I'm talking to a social worker. It's actually really hard to only see the person once a week, or your shrink once a month, because you're having those emotion and you're like, well, this happened. How did you feel? Well, that was 3 weeks ago. How do I feel? I don't remember. So I wanted to do this video today as a for multiple reason. I have this friend Samuel and Samuel, and she's dealing with depression. She's dealing with mental health issues, and she thanked me for being honest. And I was like, maybe people are still finding it taboo. Um, without victimizing myself again, I do believe that I'm picture perfect for difference. I got ADHD. I'm quite out there. I have these fucked up IDs. I'm quite weird. I'm a nerd that doesn't that doesn't accept himself as a nerd. So yes, I have a lot of. I'm a weird dude. I'm a weird dude. So subjects that are taboo. See, in my mind, I have this very good platform to talk to, because you guys know me. You guys know that I'm a bit weird. So for something to be taboo, it's not as this perfect family, this perfect Christian family that would talk about abortion. I know what you just said. Christian family talk about abortion. This doesn't make sense, because one of the religious belief is all life matter. You know what I mean? So, but you understand what I mean. And with me, talking about depression, and it's not like, oh yeah, I've been hiding from you guys that I had depression. I have been actually pretty open and pretty honest about it. So me talking about this today serve purposes, which is being honest, which is being acknowledging my symptoms, right? There's also this part of me that believes that. Give me a sec. There you go. That believe that talking about this is very freeing. You know, I want to create this place that is safe to talk about mental health, right? And the best thing about it is so different than doing a TikTok live, because if somebody talks about mental health, people get uncomfortable. I'm doing a video about it, so if you don't want to hear the mental health talk, and if you don't want to talk about this in particular, you can just skip the video, right? However, this I'm doing it for myself. One of the few plus of having a very small channel. Having a very small channel will allow you to be quite yourself and quite open without too many people watching it. And the more people watch it, the more people tend to judge. But this is basically my fucked up intro. So the episode I had yesterday was a very weird episode, because I was able to exactly pinpoint what happened. So yesterday we made the videos. In the morning, I wake up, I make videos. I go to my father's house. I come back. I have time to make a bit of videos, which is great. However, I got a power outage. Now the problem with power outage is if you don't know when they're gonna come back, right? You don't know when you're gonna have your power back. So it's not a big deal usually. But with this, because I have made so much content, I've been working on the phone. You guys know that the phone is my main source of content, is my main tool for work. The computer, when it's not plugged to the internet, is completely useless. I could watch it, I could read a book. With what light? It was at night. I feel that power shortage was really bad. I had a battery pack. However, the battery pack is empty. because I went to my father's house and I wanted to keep the phone fully charged so I could make videos after, so it was empty. And we sat in the dark for a couple hours. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm pretty well aware, and that's what I was talking about yesterday when I was making the video about my love for making content, right? And this love for being obsessed and wanting to give up, and but being obsessed, right? This almost Icarus ascent of I'm out of jail, I'm flying too close to the sun, I'm falling down, I was safe in jail, now I'm dead. I don't have wish for dying, we don't have suicidal thoughts, which is great. However, there's a part of me that understand that I'm self-destructing slowly. Now, I did mention self-destructing yesterday in the video, making content, but I didn't, I, I didn't mention it in a sense of SH, yeah. I meant it in a way of keeping myself busy, keeping myself so busy that I don't have time or energy to think about anything else. I've been purposefully obsessed about something. Now, in a great way, I have pretty, and that, again, this is so crazy because right now we're talking about depression and we're being quite negative. Yesterday I was talking about depression, but in this talk of depression yesterday, I aborted a lot of subjects. I talked about a lot of subjects that I'm talking about today. So was this video yesterday a subconscious video about depression? I don't know. I don't know, because yesterday I was talking about making content and how I feel and how I felt. You guys know that right now the only thing that matters in my life is making content. Even with a job search, and I did another video about job search and not saying how it went because it's not going well. And even my mom today said, "Hey, I got a great news." I'm like, "What's up, ma?" And she's like, "Hey, I gave your CV out for the commission board," because she works at a commission board. And I'm like, "Oh, that's super nice, mom." And then she said, "I'm gonna find you a job as a janitor." I was like, "Oh." And there's nothing wrong with being a janitor, but you know, you romanticize your you romanticize your life a lot. See, the principle out of it is such a complex yet meaningful path. You, I was talking about love yesterday and how it was better not to know love than to know love and not have it, right? And with this job, I had an amazing job lately, and I think out of life, you are always, you're always, what should I call it? You're always aiming for further. You're always aiming to better yourself. Do I think that being a janitor is not great? I think it's an amazing job. I think that people that do it are pretty selfless. It takes a better person. It takes a big man or a big woman to be able to say, you know what? Those kids, and because I would work in a high school, are disgusting. I'm going to clean them up to make sure that they have this safe and healthy and clean place to learn, to prepare for their future, right? In my mind, see, my motivation for work wouldn't be money. It wouldn't be money. So I'm becoming pretty. And this first step of finding a job, went for a job that I wanted. And the second step, I went with a job that I'm okay working at. And the third step, I'm becoming desperate. And I talked about this in the making and finding a job or the job search video yesterday on this 19th May 2025. I talked about it, and I was like, I already have a hard time with spending my whole life building the dream of somebody else. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, for example, you want to be a father, right? But your son or your daughter, they need new clothes because they're growing like what is they're growing like mauvaise herbe. What is mauvaise herbe in English? Like bad weed, or something along the lines of you know, the plants that you don't want in your garden, but they're growing and growing and growing. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're growing like tall grass. That sounds better. And yeah, so with the janitor work, I would be down to do it, but in a perfect world, I'm starting to see I would have called you crazy if you told me the last job that I had, which was PCT, would be long term. I would have called you crazy. If it was, and I was happy it was. I have a hard time going for something that wouldn't be permanent. It's like I used to do one night. Now I had a healthy, working, self-accomplishing relationship, and I'm going back to the one night that I don't feel as fulfilling. I think being a janitor would be so fulfilling, but you know what I mean. Emotionally speaking, I don't know how fulfilling it would be. It would be. I have this really hard thing with work that I'll know it if I'm doing something for cash. And I told you guys 100 times, 1,000 times that I don't care about money. I don't care about money. I want to work for sure, but I don't want to. I'm in such a complex situation. I want to work, but I don't have this motivation for money. I want to find purpose, yet it has to be a psychological, emotional purpose. Um, I want to work. I don't want to live to work. I want to work to live. Yet money isn't so. Basically, you got the classical, like a starving artist syndrome, which is I don't care what I do as long as I get enough to survive. My main focus is art, right? Now, that's crazy to say because again, we're going for content creation, which is possibly one of the most lucrative job out there. But you're looking at somebody like, this is insane because this is a video that we did. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. We're making so many of them, but we did a video on the outdoors boy and the fact that the father, which is the patriarch of the channel, and the person in charge said, "I don't want to do YouTube anymore. I wanted my kids want to do YouTube. I'll help him, but me, I'm done." You know, and he was making banks. He was making banks. There's still this freedom. I would still call it artsy. I don't. I mentioned before. My mom. She said, "Oh, be a janitor. You're gonna get good money." I don't mind being janitor. I mind doing it for money. That's what I'm trying to say. So now I know what you're asking. Yeah, but Ink, every single job that you're gonna do, you're gonna do it for money. Not necessarily. So if I was to find a job that would feel give me a sense of fulfillment, emotionally, mentally, I would be in a place where I'm like, you know what? Yes, there's salary, but there's something. So when I left PCT, I still miss the boys. I still miss the family. I'm getting a paycheck, but I still miss the family. And it's so fucking funny because I've had countless jobs since the apartment. I've had 20, 30 plus job, right? But some of them, I'm like, okay, well, that could have been a good opportunity. And most of them, it wasn't about the money. It was about the condition. It was about about a job, which has a really good job. But there's high insurance, which could be, you know, um, I even when I started at PCT, like I told you this story a million times. When I started at PCT, the first thing I noticed was the locker weren't locked, so everybody could come in and steal some things, but they didn't lock it. So I was like, okay, well, that means that people trust each other. That means that's a good team. There's not a black sheep. There's not. I'm probably the black sheep, right? And if I'm the black sheep, I don't have to worry about myself, so we're good. And it's a complex story. It's a great story though. So most people that came in, fuck. Okay. Let's put it that way. Okay. I was desperate too. So what happened is, I'm having this unemployment, right? And this is a true story. This is completely true. I wish it wasn't, but it is. So we're going back in 2015. I have this job, and this job forces me to quit. It was the structured job. So long story short, what happened is, I used to be a simple employee. The boss liked me. He protected me while we were cutting off a lot of employees. He cut a lot of employees that were doing a better job than me. If I was the boss, I would have not kept me because I'm the smallest. I'm the most talkative. I'm not the hardest worker. A, B. He kept me, but he had. He kept me, but he had expectation. For example, I'm gonna keep you, but you're gonna be a assistant manager. You're not gonna you're gonna be my bride harm. I'm gonna need you later on. So I'm keeping you right now. I'm giving you a gift right now, but later on I'll collect. Mafioso, you know? I'm not a mafioso, but you know what I mean. So then I have responsibility. I'm getting hated by the boss because the boys aren't working harder. But the second I'm telling the boys to work harder, I'm getting hated by the boys. So no matter what I do, I'm hated, and I don't like being hated. So then I decide to do nothing, and because I do nothing, then both party are mad at me. So like I left. So yeah, I don't have this job, and since it's a sick leave because I got depressed, they gave me unemployment. It's like, okay, well, it wasn't your fault that you quit. We'll give you unemployment, and then you can just enjoy it. So this is a true story. For 8 to 9 months, which is a period limit of unemployment and getting money, I was getting checks every single 2 weeks. I was getting a good check. The problem with that is I didn't calculate the amount of time that I had. Nor did I calculate the amount of money that I have. I swear to God. We are in July. We are in July, and the worst fucking thing happened. I go to the store to pay for junk food because I was eating only junk food. I was spending $20 a day on junk food. Card decline, insufficient fund. Holy shit! I go to fill up a form for my next 2 weeks. That way, I'm seeing. Okay, I'll get it before. For example, I fill up the form on Thursday, I'll get it for Monday. As long as it's filled up. I'm seeing that I've used up all my weeks. The last week, they didn't tell me that I didn't have any weeks. So now, I'm too broke to pay for this. I'm too broke for this. Now we have another issue. The rent is in 2 weeks. But I haven't paid the first month. Because I'm a dumbass and I like to play 2 months in a row. So now, I got $22 in my bank account. I got $500 plus in debt for the rent. I don't have a job and I don't have an income. Holy shit. So I called Michael. Michael being one of my good friends. Michael also being the agent that took care of me. So I went to the agency in 2000, I want to say 13. Very late, November 2013. I'm meeting this guy. I met a guy. I don't remember his name. And he said, "Oh, I got somebody for you." And then he presented me to Michael. Michael, right away, we click. Tattoo guy, stretch guy. I have tattoos. I have stretch. We talk. We have a good report. He gave me a job. Then he's in the morning, and I'm constantly being late. And he gives me shit. He's like, "Dude, why are you always late?" And I'm like, "I don't have a choice. This is the first bus." He said, "Don't you drive?" I said, "No." He said, "Where do you live?" Lachine. Turns out I live on the 28th. He lives on the 19th Avenue. So he picked me up every single day from work. He said, "I can bring you to the metro, but I cannot do more than that." I said, "Okay, thank you so much, bro." And then we have a good report. So he find me every single job that I have. He find for me. I called him back in July for PCT. He's like, "Dude, I don't work there anymore. I'm not working for Bedard. This is the company I work for." So I go for Bedard, and Bedard, they're like, they find me this job at Lachine, right? And it's the PCT job, and it's a great job. And the first day, I don't know why, but I was very desperate. I was like, okay, well, they don't have the lock on the door. So they seem really nice. So I talked to someone, and I'm lucky because they're Romanian. Romanian is similar to French. So a lot of the guys, they speak French. And I say this, and without being, it's a bit of a hard thing, but a lot of the people from agency aren't from the country. Most of the people in agency are from agency, and a lot of the companies, you think that they would speak French, but they don't. I'm like, holy fuck. And then the first thing I hear, I'm hearing them speaking Romanian. Oh, okay. So then we talk, and I present myself to one guy, and he's talking to me, and he's super nice. And then I think I was over friendly. And when I say I think, I was over friendly. And when I was over friendly, it made the guy laugh. So the guy, let's say I was working on the balcony. The guy went back in, and he talked to the other guy and said, "Yo, this guy's fucking friendly. Go check it out." And then they came one by one, and they came to me, and they were being super, super kind. They were talking to me, and at the very end, I was pretty liked, right? And that's a funny thing because we were 4 agency workers. I was the only one. and then you start firing other people. And I said to the boss, "Thank you for keeping me." He's like, "Oh, this was my choice. It wasn't my choice. It was the boy's choice." Like, okay, well, fuck. But you see, still at this point, if you had told me that this was gonna be long term, I would have not believed you. And it's not because I didn't like PCT. It was because, it wasn't because I didn't like PCT. It was because when you work for agency, you learn really quickly that it's temporary, right? So the agency, they'll lie to you. They'll be like, "Yo, if you work well, we'll find you a job." It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Most of the majority, a large majority of employee from the agency worker would have been, they're not gonna find a job. Um, so holy shit, what a side tension. I'm so sorry. So then what happened is, I go in, and after a year they hire me, and just to show you the mentality of the guys at work. I love this place, but there was some toxicity. The guy says, "Hey, we're gonna hire you because I thought Mihai was such a good dude. I fucking love Mihai. He was like, well, the Bedach is costing me too much. We're not gonna work with them anymore." Like, oh, okay, well, thank you so much for the job. He said, "No, I want to hire you." Now, what he said, and I want to believe him because I like the guy. I love Mihai like an uncle. What he told me, which I don't know if it was true, but he told me the salary that they were paying Bedard was $24, and he asked me how much I was making, and I was making $12.50. So they were taking half the salary. So then he paid me right away $18, which was a huge boost for me, but less for him. So the both party were winning, and then I came back to the boys and said, "You really want to work here?" And I was like, "Yeah." But still, at this point, I was a year in. A year out of the 7 I did there. A year out of the 7 I did there. 7 years. I would have never thought I was gonna work 7 years there. I would never thought that. I never thought. And sure, sometime it was a hard job. It was a hard mentally, physically, emotionally. But I wasn't sure. And then now I'm put back in the market of work, and I'm being told that maybe you're gonna have to do a couple of temp job. And I'm like, dude, I went from a place that I could have worked my whole life there to a place where, you know. But the PCT was so cool because it was close enough for me to go there, by skateboard, by bicycle. It was close enough. It was really fucking nice. And then also what happened was, it was just a good place. It was just a place where I felt like home. You you go. I was always working in the same departments. I would, after a little bit, I would say I want to say like 2 3 years, more 3 years. I would come in the departments. I would look around, and I would feel at home, And I never had that in the company. Then my mom, when she tells me I want to be a janitor, there's nothing wrong with that. But the just thinking about long term, right? It's tougher. It's tougher. It's like, and again, I hate saying this, but it's like a relationship. Work for me is a relationship. It's like going out with a girl, and you like her. You really like her. You really like her. She's an amazing woman. You're not in love with her. And then you fuck, and then you fuck some more, and then you fuck, and then the condom break, and then you have a kid with that woman. And you like her. She makes you happy. But this wasn't what you wanted. What I'm going on here. I'd have a job that I like. I'd have a salary that comes in every single week. Would I be happy? And I know what you're saying, Ink, if you don't try, you'll never know. Well, technically, I will know. Because I've been a janitor before, and I hated it. I've had a job that I hated before, and I hated it. I'm a fucking quitter guy. I'm a quitter. See, I've talked about this so often. I talk about wage slavery. And I made I want to say I made over 10 video on the subject of wage slavery and having to work to live, your need versus your want. And if you look at all of those videos, pretty much all of them, I don't include myself. Talk about a certain group of people. Now this group of people are the faceless. They don't have a face, they don't have a voice. They're just workers for a company that they don't like. They don't have a choice. I never include myself in there. And now, what I'm afraid of isn't the job. I'm not afraid of the job. I'm afraid of, I don't know, being one of the voiceless, you know? Not having a voice. Just today, it was rough because today I was in a mood to make a lot of content, but then we ended up procrastinating, and I was like, oh fuck, you know? Today I was playing a video game, and yesterday I had to factory reset my phone, and now we're gonna get back into the game, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's a game that I really enjoyed, so I don't want to restart from zero, because there's 3 weeks out there, but still. So yeah, it sucks, for sure it sucks. For sure it sucks, but at the same time, kind of is what it is, right? It kind of is what it is, and I have to admit that it is what it is, in the sense of I'm pretty powerless in this situation. I've been talking to my mom about me applying to job, because I get excited, you know me. I'll have an interview and I'll be like, hey ma, I got an interview. Oh, she's like, oh, that's great. But then I'll have 2-3 interviews and she'll be like, what are you doing wrong, you know? And then I don't share because I don't want you to know that I fuck up, because again, I want her to be proud of me, not ashamed. So yeah. Then today when she told me of this last week, and she would say, hey, I possibly have a job for you, and it's gonna be janitor. And I cannot tell her, ma, fuck being, I don't want to do that, because she knows how bad my financial situation for. I have to fight her every single month, not for her not to help out. And now she helps out without helping out by finding a job. And I'm gonna say no, you know. And then there's this other part of me that could take the job for being a janitor. And behind the back of the employer, I could be looking for a job. But then I would have to work in 8 hours. I would have to work in 8 hours. I would have to film content. I would have to look for work. All of this, biting a hand that's feeding me, and I wasn't raised like that. That was a pretty bad thing yesterday. So to come back, I'm like, fuck. And I bring out some CVs yesterday, and I do the job. There's a place I really want to work, but like, no, we're not looking for everybody. And then I noticed, and I never really asked, are you looking for people? So I go in and I talk to people, and I talk to people, and I talk to people, and like, nope, not interested. I'm like, fuck, you know? Fuck. So yeah. So then, you guys have noticed, and with mental health, now we're gonna get into the mental health subject. I get into something that's a lot more interesting, but before that, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get my phone, I'm gonna get my computer, and I'm gonna get my audio. We'll be right back. I hope you choke on your sleep. Choke on your sleep while you're thinking of me. Suffocate in your sleep. I'd be the last thing you'd see. Yeah. I'm finding clarity in kerosene. Naked scene. I haven't felt like an accessory. There's love and hate, but this was in between. Let's go YouTube. And let's go with Nothing Nowhere, which is something I was singing which the song is Clarity and Kerosene. Suffocate in your sleep. I'll be the last thing you'll say. Yeah. Clarity. We're gonna do Clarity and Kerosene. We're gonna do the one take, which is the acoustic version, which in my opinion is better. Clarity in Kerosene. One take. See? It's all about knowing what you like and what you dislike. And how quick they are. We're a couple seconds in? And I'm already finding what I'm looking for. So now, you take a second break because we're playing the tower. We're gonna go in and click a couple buttons. Why? Because I want to make sure that we're surviving to get some progress. This song, guys, this song. Clarity and Kerosene. This is such a good song. Holy shit. Oh, you know what? Now I'm thinking about another song and so much better. Finding clarity and kerosene. Unnecessary. And it's said to me. The naked scene. But it's like in the green. Oliver Francis, No Angel. So fucking good. This song is a mindfuck. This song is a mindfuck, and you're gonna get into music and later on how it saved me yesterday. And that's beautiful. Do 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 do. No, bent. Same shit. You know, bad go. The song, Other Francis No Angel. This song is one of my favorites. Feat Oliver Francis, of course. Man, love, love. The hope. I know the big bar. It's so fucked up. No. So. Which man? Oliver Tree, No Angel. No, that's a fake shit. I'm your replacement. Fake shit. I cry. I say like almost every night. Hope you know. I'm no angel when I die. It's alright. You know. No angel. Oh, okay. That's such a good song. Come on. We're gonna go with Mr. Kitty. After Dark. That's a great song too. For some reason the headphones doesn't work. Yes. Gas Queen. Like I was saying, we don't have yesterday. Of course, I knew this self-destruction wise. I knew self-harm wise. I was making content a lot lately. to focus on it, right? So yesterday we have this power outage. My phones are both empty. Me, you see me. And again, there's this fucking tower that I love, that I have this love and hate relationship where all my 3 phones need to be working for me to film a video, because otherwise I have this playthrough where I played more. And just maybe if you think about it properly, right? If every single playthrough is the same amount of time, just the same size, they take the exact same amount of time to upload. Maybe. So yesterday I got this, it was crazy, guys. It was crazy. I'm lucky as fuck because I take care of my shit. So my phone's at 40%. There's a power outage. The problem with power outage, like I said in the beginning of the video, which was 35 minutes ago, you don't know when it's gonna come back, right? But all I have to do is survive 4 hours. Because at 4 hours I'm gonna be sleeping, and then by the time I wake up, either my 3 phones are fucking dead, or everything is fine. So then I put in music. And I I started to cry. It was nothing nowhere. I started to cry because I feel so shitty. I'm stuck in this place. I'm stuck in this mentality of everything is gonna be finished. Yesterday I thought about it, you know? Not never in a sense of doing it, but I thought about it, right? And I was facing my own demon. Not because they came up, not because they appeared, but because I wasn't able to push them away this time. If you know me, you know that I always have something in my ears. I'm always having some music. I'm on the spectrum for sure. But yeah, it's tough. So yesterday I go in, and the power comes out at 9:15, and I go to sleep at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's about 4 hours and a half, 5 hours. At 1 o'clock in the a.m., and this is the first time I fucking felt that. And it was just bad. It was just really bad. So I started listening to music, and when I'm listening to music, I'm able to stop the voices in my head. And I'm just able to enjoy silence. Silence in music. It's always been like that. Even as a kid, I was doing my homework, and my father and his girlfriend were talking when I was doing my homework. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to focus? Like, oh, you don't mind when you have music. Yeah, but the music doesn't... It's not real. It isn't real. There's not a person talking to you. There's not a person expecting an answer. They're not in the same room as you. I can close my eyes, and guess what? I'm still listening to a fucking band, but guess what? I know that if I open my eyes, there's no band. Isn't that crazy? So I'm able to shut the voice in my head and have complete silence by listening to music, and then the expected to happen. And it was one of the worst nights that I had. I'm on a sofa, and on the sofa I'm paralyzed because my phone is now dead and I don't have music, and I'm thinking about bad stuff, and I don't even know if that's gonna make sense. This is really fucked up shit. I am fully awake. I am fully aware. I am in a position where I cannot move. I'm literally paralyzed. And it is the weirdest feeling because I know my limbs are working. And all I have to do is think. That's it. I cannot do it. Then I started thinking about people. People that hurt me. And people with whom I had unfinished drama or unfinished beef. And that's something that's amazing. You know why? Because the people that I've been thinking about are people with whom I had beef years ago. And you see, that's what I was talking about yesterday. about this isolation and this feeling of being alone, but not really being alone, right? You're just in a spot where you're you're comfortable. Look at the picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, come in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle. Namaste. Set a face, mom. Not my choice, but still a good song. Still a good song. What are we gonna be listening to? Oh, Monument. Monument is really good. Skip the intro. No, 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 no. It's Monday morning and I would kill for a chance to drive far away from here with you, my dear. I'll never leave your side. It's insane how you're able to hear a verse and like I'm good. I'm good. And I was thinking about those people that hurt me and that was years ago. And that's a good thing because we don't have beef. That's a bad thing because we isolate ourselves, you know? I was thinking about a girl who I had a crush on, and I caught on live with another dude, and I never confronted her. Because I'm like, dude, fuck you. Just fuck you, right? You're a piece of shit. Because you know I had emotion for you. You said I had this emotion back for you. You're making sex joke with me. And the next day I'm seeing you live with another dude. Right? So in my head I'm just like, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. But then yesterday, and that's the thing. This for the last time since you be gone. That song, dude. And with when you're doing better, you have this mental clarity, right? And you have this mental clarity, and everything becomes clear. But when you're in a in depression, everything is foggy. That's a dangerous part. That is the dangerous part, where you're half lucid, half not lucid. You're lucid enough to know what's going on, but not lucid enough to do something about it. You're in a constant state of high, and that's gonna get into it. So with the girl, I know that what she did wasn't cool, but then I started being lucid enough to know that I did something wrong also. I was like every single day. I was talking to her every single day. Then I just disappeared because I was fucked up. Did I make the extra effort to talk to her? No. I wasn't there. And she needed somebody to be there. And there was another guy to be there. I can't be mad at her. I can be mad at the dude. It's a shitty situation. Things weren't handled the way they should have been handled. But at the end of the day, life is life. Game is game. The strong survives, the weak dies. When you hit me up, oh, will you bring me down? Or this other girl who were being extremely sexual. And I would like to say that's her job, but let's say 50-50. Then she mentioned that she's looking for a boyfriend. And I'm like, nah. And then she posts his thirst trap as a story, right? And she posts his thirst trap, and she posts his thirst trap where she's half naked, right? To lure people in, right? The way you break, bumping on the face, the way you touch, the way you break. No, the curtain called the die. Oh, they all come out alive. It wasn't hard to realize. Love's the death of peace of mind. I may not make. I see lucid. And then, if she posts a thirst trap, of course I come running because she's fucking hot. And because we shared some pretty steamy moments. I don't have a hot dog cart, but those moments would be enough to power up the cart for a day. If you can tell me what song is this just by the video clip, fucking love you. Fucking love you. Yeah, a little bit too much of light. It's a possible eclectic attack. I'm sorry. So I had this moment, and then I closed my eyes Because don't ask me why. I was looking in my apartment and I felt afraid. I felt afraid. I felt paralyzed. I felt uncomfortable is more of a word, but well, afraid, but it's uncomfortable. You know? Cut me open and tell me what's inside. Diagnose me, 'cause I can't keep wondering why. I know it's not a phase, 'cause it happens all the time. Don't overthink again, don't tell me what's this sign. I'm holding on, I'll chase what I see. And anyone respond. Avalanche. I feel myself go under, and the weight of it's around and around. Never stood a chance. I used to be in love with this. Is Like a Spirits. That's a Spirits. One of my favorite album ever. So yeah, and then this morning, the craziest part isn't that. The craziest part isn't that. That's not the scary part. The scary part is today. Now we're good. We're good. I'm listening to music. I'm good. The scary part isn't yesterday. Yesterday was scary as fuck. But somehow we went to sleep. And somehow we fell asleep. So today when I wake up at like 12 in the morning because I couldn't sleep, I wake up completely normal. Like the night never happened. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a mood to destroy everything and anything. In a good way. I'm motivated to break the world and to make the world my bitch. You know? Respectfully, of course. I'm a respectful pimp. I pay you equal hour. Treat you well. You have a vacation week out of the year. And when I hit you, it's because you really, really deserve it, you know? A respectful pimp. So why am I complaining if I woke up and I was feeling good? Well, because this one little thing that I said. Lucid enough to realize what's going on. Not lucid enough to do anything about it. You think you're doing better. And you think you're this amazing person. And you're doing so much better. And you're inspiring because, yes, you hit rock bottom, but you got back up from it. Right? And then it hits you that you've been, maybe yesterday, maybe you've always been a power outage away from suicidal thoughts. And your brain is so fucked up that you don't know how to fix it. So you're left here praying, not for world peace, not to end world hunger. You're out here praying that you don't miss power. Yeah. I think that's where I'm gonna end this video, right? Could you agree? Yes? Good. As they say in Spanish, buenos tardes, buenos noches. As they say in Romanian, saribun. As they say in Italian, ciao bella, ciao bello. As they say in French, bonne soirée. As they say in English, a good evening. As they say in Chinese, I don't know. As they say in Japanese, I don't know. So why I mention them? Because in 2 weeks, I'll be able to tell you how you say it. Ishikakuru ramen, one day, every day. Love you guys. Peace.